This basket has a prayer that wraps around it, and it protects the plants that I gathered inside. And it says in Shmuich, Kino no hil alapai, Kino no hil alishao, Kakina hihol atwai, Tanikilik hihel kuku. And what that means is, Grandfather in the sky, thank you for the sun, thank you for the moon. Please watch over the people. When you live in a contemporary world, paved over and divided by highways, how do you find the things that you're looking for? You get in your truck and you just start looking. We'll gather when we're going 80 miles an hour. I'm just scanning for plants that I want or animals that have gotten hit on the highway. So you find what you need in unexpected places. And you have to be willing to take a risk to get those things. My name is Tima Link. I am Shmuich Chumash, and I'm a weaver. Being a gatherer is not just a practice, it's a mindset. It means that no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to work, I'm out in the world, that I'm always ready. My mind is always ready. My eyes and my hands are ready to gather. So the Spanish came, and then the United States, and they swept over the land, and when they were done, it was cut into tiny little pieces, and they put fences around those pieces. We live in a world of fences today, and those fences are boundaries between us and the landscape. I respect boundaries. I think we all do in this world today, but fences, borders, dams, some things were never meant to be. And today we really try to talk to people about what a relationship could mean between us, Native people, and them, and how it could enrich both of our lives. One of the places that I gather at right now is Hedrick's Preserve. The man who owns it, Sandy, the land there has been in his family for generations, and before that it was in our families. And so fast forward in time, I'm looking at the plants that are on that preserve as a resource for my weaving. So one day Sandy found me. He says, I have this beautiful property and I've worked for years to restore it with native plants. And he said, I know we have basket plants, but I'd like you to come see what you think. And I'm so grateful that I have that relationship with Sandy at Hedrick's. I will say, though, it's a little ironic that I sign in to a place that we used to own. I always loved coming out here, especially with my family. The plants are family, we're family together. And it feels good here. It feels good here. And today we're gonna clean things up. Got a lot of healing to do here on the land, and a lot of dead things to cut back, and it's gonna be a good day, so thank you. The Santa Clara River is a really special place for us. We come to not only gather, but we also come to tend the land. So that's a really important part of what we do. We're not just here to take, we're here to give back. So some trips we come together and we pick and we get excited. We're like, oh, look at the browns. This is a really good day. Or, the greens. It's good stuff. But other days we just come with our tools and we take care of the land.
We're gonna cut, see how that part's kind of hanging down?
This place is really special because it's a place where the old basket weavers grew up here, they were born here, they died here, and their baskets, the actual junkus that they make their baskets out of, it's from here. So I feel that, we feel that when we come back here, that there's a continuation going on of not only a skill and an art, but also of tending. So dry. Arroyo willow, which is what you see here, is so important because it gives shade and it keeps moisture in. We assess it. If it's too wet, then it's not good for us. If it's too dry, it's not good for the plants. So there's a balance to everything.
Can you reach that one?
This one here. We look at this patch and we know that on that side it's usually dry. We know that on this side it's usually green. So the fact that it's really dry on this side this year tells me that it's not doing well, that it's gotten not enough water.
This is the arroyo willow. An arroyo willow is a fairly common willow in Southern California, but where we are in Los Angeles, it's not so common. So when we take one like this, I can cut this up into about 20 or 30 pieces. And I can either stick them in moist dirt or I can soak it in water and it'll start rooting. And we regenerated one tree into about 20 or 30. And what this willow is key for is our part of our culture, building homes as well as medicine. Within the bark is the basic compound that gives you aspirin. It's one of the only trees that can bend in a complete circle without it breaking. So it's a tree of tolerance.
You come out here and you get a feeling that there are no non-native plants. There's willow and yerba mansa and Juncus textilis and Juncus acutus. So when I come here, I have to decide, what am I going to take? What is that day about? So today, I came to get Juncus. And Juncus textilis in our language is called mechmei. And what you do is you test it. You squeeze it really hard, and it hasn't smushed. And I know that it's really strong. And that is a good piece. That means when I dry it, that it's ready to be woven with. And so different kinds of Juncus are good for different baskets. This kind of Juncus is good for a coil-style basket, really tight. We make gathering baskets out of them, cooking baskets. The tips are these. Actually, they said in the old days that we'd use these for tattooing. They're so sharp. And if you ever poke yourself, you know. So we always give offerings, but every once in a while the plant wants a little bit more, a little bit of blood. That's okay. This is about enough for the beginning of a basket. So I need about like this to do a basket. We're always taught that nighttime is a time when you don't gather. Nighttime is when the spirits of the plants, they just rest. And so you let them have that time. And so we don't gather at night. But the minute the sun comes up, I'm out there.
So where we are right now is the Hahamungna Nursery. Basically what we have here is a huge asset to our community where surrounding us are 10,000 native plants that weren't here a year ago. We have more plants and animal species concentrating here in Southern California and Northern California than anywhere else on the continent. And with that becomes the need for stewardship and respect and also education, where we're losing these plants faster than we can plant them. We need everybody to become more aware of where they call home and help us as Indigenous people to protect our home, because it's now your home. So when we come to our sages, we always give before we take. We give water, we give offerings, we sing a song. We take only what we need, when we need it, and when it's available to be given. And when we do it in a way that enhances the plant, so that if we may need to come back to it again, it's still there. And it still provides sustenance to the other animals and wildlife that need them. Because as I'm going through it right now, there's residue of caterpillars, having their cocoons on the leaves. It's not just dust that uses it. So I really encourage people not to use our plants in a way that we feel is mockery. You don't go into a Catholic church and grab holy water and just start blessing people. A priest does that. What does a priest do? A priest goes through a lot of rhetoric and learning, and he does things in a process that's earned and respected. When we see plants like this, we don't go and harvest it. They're individuals. They haven't gotten mature enough. Where this one, he's been around for a while. He has more to give. Where if I take from him, he may not have more to give. Or I cut it right here, just above these two nodes, it'll bud doubling what was there before. Because the energy that's stored in here will now propel new life. And when I come around again, this plant is healthy and it's abundant and it's invigorated. My encouragement is, if you really want to gather plants, part of learning about natural resources and native plants and the foods and the medicines as being responsible about it. Just because it's free and it's there for the taking doesn't mean that you have a right to it. Nature has rights, and it's time to respect those rights. It's time to respect other life forms other than ourselves.
Gathering is a huge part of my life. When I weave, I have so many points of contact, right? My hands are always in it. We're holding hands. My body's pushing, my knees are pushing. I'm forming this basket. So it's very much like nature. You have to be out there with many points of contact. Reforming, always, it's like a dance partner. Nature pushes you, you push back. If one pushes too hard, it unbalances. And we see that with the fires now. Nature's pushing hard, and we have to push back. Or we push too hard, and it pushes back. So it is that balance back and forth. If you look at my basket, it's spiraling. You can see it, it's going from small and it's going outwards and outwards and outwards. And I'm building something as I go. And every once in a while, I mess up. There's a little part here where I've sort of, it's kind of janky. And I don't stop, because you don't stop when you mess up, right? And I think that applies to what we're doing to the environment. You don't stop when things go bad. You move forward. Are you gonna sit there and say, I can't do anything, it's too much? No. I know a lot of people have a debate on whether we should leave nature alone or be out and be active in it, trying to fix it. I think the latter. You absolutely want to be out fixing it. Some of the plants that I weave with are Juncus textilis, Juncus acutus, tule, willow, and they all have their own properties. So some of them are used for baskets, traditional shaped baskets like this. This basket that I'm making right now will take me maybe the day. Whereas a house, our traditional house made out of tule and willow, will take me a week. So I have to really decide how much time I have, how much time my community has, because some baskets, like a house, take a whole community. I have woven a house. A house is just a big basket that's upside down. So an op actually looks a lot like this. If you imagine this 40 feet across, and a little hole in the top and a hole in the front. And the willows are sunk into the ground, and the tule is thatched over top. And it takes a community. It takes an entire community to build one. Native people are finding our traditions again. The traditions are coming to life. They're not always lost. Sometimes they're just asleep. When you're looking to revitalize language or ceremony or culture, you have to include your neighbors. And your neighbors might not just be the tribes next to you. They might be your neighbors across the ocean and throughout the world. One of the things that I like people to know when they come to California and ask about Native people and ask about Native plants is that we're still here. And one of the things that the world hears about us is that we're not here, that it's all past tense. All of our books, all of our TV, it tells us past tense. They lived, they worked, they ate, they were. And it's important to know that we're here. And the native plants are here too. Neither one of us have gone away. And we are flourishing. You just have to know where to look.